Everybody, it's your boy Cat the Hunter. Thanks for checking out this video. I saw this story. Phil Scott started to talk about this. I saw it come up in his feed, and I didn't watch the video, so I'm going to do my own video to this. I'm doing this because I did another story on Oakland, my other channel, LMH Consulting Services, about the political corruption that's allegedly going on in the city of Oakland. And they talked about one thing led to another, so I ended up here. So let's check out this story, right? These ungrateful people. Colombian immigrant running for Missouri office tells black people to leave the U.S. if they don't like the country. Backlash ensues, right? So listen, anytime, black people should always remember, man, we don't have friends. And sometimes we get these wake-up calls from people who are, particularly who are who had not been born here and have not suffered the way that our ancestors have, and who have escaped the poverty of their own countries and have come here and made something of themselves, and then want to denigrate those who haven't. And listen, I'm all for making the most out of the opportunities that you're given. I certainly believe that if you are born in this country, you ought to have a mindset that you ought to make the most of yourself, employ some type of hustle, and try to get out there and try to do it. Absolutely, absolutely. But sometimes it comes with a smack in the mouth from people who get here and want to jump on these talking points that other people have. Right. So here we go. Right. A Republican candidate in the state of Missouri posted a video on her social media pages belittling the holiday of Juneteenth and firing off her criticisms of reparations. Reparations from slavery and black victimization is about to be shoved down our throats for the most wretched holiday in America, Valentina Gomez said in a video while donning a shirt that reads, "Don't be weak and gay." She's not going to be elected, but I have no doubt in my mind that she would not be elected. She's doing this all for shock and awe and all that kind of stuff. The 25-year-old GOP candidate followed up with those tactless, barefaced comments about reparations with what she called a tip to black Americans. I guess this is her. Valentina Gomez, candidate for Missouri's Secretary of State. She's not going to be elected. I mean, if she is, she is running an extremely racist state, or part of town, state or part of town. Missouri Secretary of State, county maybe. It is outrageous to see people ask you for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrating because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist, Gomez said. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the F out. I guess like her and her family did as they left Colombia, if she is indeed Colombian. The video ends with a picture of Gomez in a tactical vest holding an assault rifle. In the caption, I mean, why are they wearing this? I mean, why, man, this really goes back to, I know they've done brain studies about Republicans and extremely conservative people, but what is that proving? What is that proving that you have a tactical vest on an assault rifle? Who are you going to shoot with that? In the caption, she wrote, "Juneteenth is Ratchet," and nodded to conservative pundit Candace Owens, who also slammed the holiday as lame, ghetto, and made up. Juneteenth commemorates the day when the last enslaved African Americans in Confederate states were freed. Union soldiers arrived in the town of Galveston on June 19, 1965, and Union Major General Gordon Granger proclaimed it Emancipation Day. It was proclaimed a federal holiday in 2021. Right after, not long after George Floyd is killed. However, African Americans in bondage in other non-Confederate states, such as Kentucky and Delaware, weren't legally freed until the 13th Amendment took place December 6, 1865. In the comment to Newsweek, Gomez didn't back down from her remarks. "Straight white men built the roads we drive on." Right? These people have issues. I'm sorry, you probably can't see this, right? These people have issues. These people have issues, man. And the ones that fought and declared independence from the tyranny of the British for us to have freedom. Us, Colombian people, us. And the pursuit of happiness, Gomez told Newsweek. To anyone that does not like America, GTFO, President Trump is the greatest president of all time, and I look forward to accepting his endorsement. Let's see what this video says.
Reparations from slavery and black victimization is about to be shoved down our throats for the most ratchet holiday in America. BLM raised millions, but what did they do for black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the fuck out.
Yeah, you know, this is listen, I'm not surprised by this in the least, and I'm always grateful when African Americans really get a wake-up call as to who likes us, who doesn't like us, and those who are willing to give a nod to racists and all that. Gomez, a Colombian native whose family migrated to the U.S., is currently running for Secretary of State in Missouri. Gomez's video was reposted on Instagram by Raheem Shabazz, where it gained over 300 comments. One user wrote, "She literally can barely speak English and is trying to comment on black people, LOL." Another added, "How a foreigner from an S-hole country with an accent gonna tell the natives to get out? The nerve of this hoe." Like many of her unabashed Republican peers, she's a fervent Trump supporter who hasn't shied away from the far-right views on social media, with several posts advocating mass deportations. She should be at the front of the line then, right? Well, she's probably a citizen now, right? Law enforcement protections and gun rights. I mean, the same law enforcement protections that the people on January 6th were assaulting those guys. She also attacked the LGBTQ community, Pride Month, and DEI initiatives. DEI initiatives. You can't make this up, right? Here's a Colombian native who can barely speak English, whose accent is very thick, and criticizing DEI initiatives, right? After a Brooklyn federal judge criticized the behavior of 7 New York firefighters and heckled the state's attorney. What is this? Oh, what is this? This is a different story. After a Brooklyn federal judge criticized the behavior of several New York firefighters who heckled the state's attorney general, Letitia James, at a promotion ceremony, Gomez said those workers were being suppressed by a tyrant government. All right. So sometimes we need that wake-up call, man. Sometimes you need that wake-up call to recognize, you know, these people. And there was another video about this guy. And I want to say, I don't know what show it was. I saw it on Instagram. I'll never be able to find it, but and I didn't record it or bookmark it or anything. But the guy was saying, and he happened to be brown himself. He's like, you know, I don't like this guy because he's black. And then a black guy, if I can't find it, I'll put it up here. And then a black guy says, you know, we rode here together in the same car. Sometimes we need that wake up call, man. Sometimes we need that wake up call. And this is why these gender wars and this inability to support each other in businesses. Listen, I'm going to tell you, this is why people don't like us, right? So I want to talk about this story because it's talk about Juneteenth, and I wanted to talk about, you know, this ability of us to get together, work together, and really to be supportive. 15 shot after sideshow took over a peaceful Juneteenth celebration in Oakland. 15 people were shot after an illegal sideshow took over a peaceful Juneteenth celebration in Oakland. The incident happened around 9 p.m. when Oakland police and fire responded to Grand and Euclid Avenues to report multiple shootings at a large gathering of about 5,000 people. Police said the event was peaceful until a fight broke out just after 8 p.m. when an illegal sideshow happened at Grand and Bellevue. Multiple shots were fired, injuring several people. All right, here's Oakland police giving an update. A video provided to ABC by an anonymous source captured 100 people running to take over. We have everything from minor gunshots or flesh wounds to loss of fingers to some individuals still being in critical condition, said Oakland Police Chief Floyd Mitchell. Mitchell confirmed that there were multiple shooters in the crowd. Unfortunately, these fights escalated and multiple people discharging their firearms with more than 50 shell casings recovered at the location, Mitchell said. We found several bullet holes on a car that was parked on Granby Avenue. This business owner said that there was a lack of police presence in the area before the violence. Yesterday, they had police cars. They had 3 or 4 police cars during the day, and as everything took place last night and got out of control, there was one police car right there at the corner of Grant. Yeah. Let's see what this police chief says here.
Good afternoon. I'm here to provide an update to our community regarding the shooting incident that occurred last night in the 400 block of Grand Avenue near Lake Merritt, resulting in multiple victims being injured. As you're aware, thousands of people were in and around this area celebrating the Juneteenth holiday and enjoying a beautiful evening at the park. There were no scheduled or permitted city events at the park during this time. At approximately 8:15 p.m. during the celebrations, approximately 20 vehicles, mostly ATVs and dirt bikes, initiated an illegal sideshow. During the sideshow event, an individual walked across the hood of one of the vehicles, leading to multiple people exiting that vehicle and violently attacking that person. This act then resulted in multiple fights breaking out along Grand Avenue between Euclid and Bellevue. Unfortunately, these fights escalated into multiple people discharging firearms, with more than 50 shell casings being recovered at that location. Our officers responded to the area and began rendering critical first aid to the wounded, during which some of the individuals within the crowd began attacking my officers. In all, 16 victims were transported and treated at local hospitals, 15 for gunshot wounds and 1 for injuries sustained in the assault. The victims' ages range from 20 years old to 30 years old. At this time, no arrests have been made in connection with the shooting. One individual has been arrested in regards to the assault on the police officer. Last night, we had approximately 100 officers working regular patrol and special assignment within this area, including our ceasefire teams, our special resource east and west teams, and traffic unit. More than 30 of these officers were assigned to the area in and around the lake to provide high visibility during the evening's events. For the upcoming family-friendly Lake Fest event, we'll again have additional OPD officers working the lake and the park area. We are requesting assistance from outside law enforcement agencies and the Department of Transportation to assist us in our efforts moving forward this summer. My department will be heavily restricting traffic flow in and around this area to reduce the opportunities for sideshow activities. An even larger presence is planned for the 4th of July. I want to close my comments by stating that this type of behavior and level of violence is unacceptable. The opportunity to celebrate with your family and friends should never be marred by gunfire. Our police department will continue to work tirelessly to identify and apprehend the individuals involved in this senseless act of violence to bring them to justice.
The problems that are occurring within the African American community and the vitriolic
erosion of trust leading up to this point in the last year and a half.
That's the mayor. That's the story I was covering before. The erosion. The problems that we have in the Black community are in the public image, the global image that African Americans have is not the fault of anyone but our own at this point. We have to be very, very mindful of that and really take the correct actions to fix our own problems and issues. And if our celebration, a celebration that we should take pride in, cannot go off without issues, shootings, violence, then we're never going to get it.
Duong. He is listed as director at California Waste Solutions, a recycling company that serves Oakland. Meanwhile, U.S. postal inspectors collected evidence at a nearby house that belongs to David Duong.
I don't know why they keep playing. Let me close this page here. So that's that. Listen, man, There's nothing more to be said. This is these problems are not. These are self-inflicted wounds, literally, and that we have to take accountability, responsibility for, and figure out a way to really try to do something about it. And that's why when I did a story before about the therapist who had nothing negative to say about African American ghetto culture. This is why it persists, because there's not a collective effort by by black psychiatrists, black sociologists, black psychologists, concerted effort in line with church. I mean, marches are great, but we got to nip this thing at the core. At the core, you got to address the pathology, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know that. I read a lot of things. We talk about it. I'm not seeing anything. You can read some things that tell us where it comes from. Upbringing and lack of education and social economic disparities and culture and schooling and we can look at all these different parameters, all these social markers of success and how we would get how other communities achieve that success. But until we make a determined effort to fix that, we're going to continue to have the same problems. And it's sad that we can't, those 5,000 people who are having a peaceful celebration can't enjoy this time without the ignorance destroying it. And then, of course, you get the other ignorant people who are chiming in on that, who are running for political office and blaming people. So that's all I have. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Hit the like button.